Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Off Rift podcast, episode number 22. I'm Mercury, and we're joined with the victorious Kevin, as well as the LCP's very own Pike and Carix for a very special pre-playoffs show. We got lots to talk about this week. Obviously, CFO took the number one spot. All of our teams are locked in for the quarterfinals, and by the end of the weekend, we should know who among our teams will be qualifying for Worlds, depending on how the matches go. Remember, as always, to submit your burning questions and your hot takes to the Answering Machine channel in the Discord server, and we'll look to answer them as they come up over the course of the show. But welcome to the podcast, you two. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Keen for it.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty psyched. It's been watching a little bit. I'm just red and raring to go.
Yeah, I guess we could probably start off with a bit of a recap of the week, like we mentioned. A final playoffs team was locked in. GARM decisively took down DCG in 4 games. They looked strong. I obviously was, you could see on the LCP graphic, the only one to predict DCG winning. And they didn't end up doing that. It's difficult because it's hard to gauge a team when their path to playoffs, or at least path to that point, was just beating DFM. But they looked solid, all things considered.
Yeah, look, I think GARM is actually really good at the moment. I think they're hitting their stride. It might not be enough. Actually, I think it almost certainly will be, but we can get to that later.
Okay. Yeah,
for third, to be clear.
I actually have the opposite opinion. I thought GAM was kind of just looking struggling.
Ooh, okay.
But I felt like DCG's preparation to that game, like their draft prep, was like pretty bad. I was actually surprised because I thought DCG should also win. I thought GAM's mid jungle synergy is still struggling, but I mean in the end, they were just a better team and DCG just suck, I guess.
Yeah, they definitely underperformed DCG. They'll miss Worlds because of that. There's no path for them to get enough championship points to qualify. Weirdly enough, like I think if they'd done better in Split 2 regular season, I think they would have actually qualified at worst in that 3rd seed.
I hate championship points. I hate them so much. You don't make playoffs and you go to Worlds. Like, what are we doing? Thankfully, that didn't happen. So
that would have been a bit of a weird situation if that ended up going. But I guess my thing is, as we sort of get into it, how far do we think that GARM will get in playoffs? Because I'm looking at the board, I'm like, CFO's looking on the up, MVK's looking on the up, Team Secret Wells has been the top, and the expectations we've had for players like Drakthar and all that haven't really met their mark yet, I would say.
Look, I'll jump in. I think we're on the right track, right? I actually think GARM isn't looking as hot crash as they should be. I think you're right, Kevin, that sort of mid-jungle duo just isn't really the sort of the spark that I want them to be. Like the amount of times we've just seen Drakthar being in the wrong place at the wrong time. But it's not just one series, it's multiple series. So I think there's a lot of cleaning up to go. So in regards to your question, maybe they'll just beat Vikings. At the point CFO, that's a whole another conversation, are looking really good. Secret Whales too. GARM probably looking at 3rd place.
Ooh, okay.
That's where I sit. I think they could clinch the 3rd spot. I think championship point wise, like maybe it actually gets them 2nd because CFO's championship points are like absolutely dreadful. But in terms of split, right, like where they'll finish in the split, I think they might come 3rd. I've cast too much VCS to say that GARM won't beat Vikings. There have been plenty of times where GARM have been in a do or die match against a team that is clearly better than them and won anyway. This team just has a little bit of magic in specifically against other Vietnamese teams. So I feel like, I think I have them coming 3rd in the split, and I think that is enough championship points to get them to Worlds.
Yeah. And then as we headed into the rest of the weekend, of course, we had CFO reverse sweeping MVK. It was the start of a very good weekend for CFO. I was looking at, I talked about this to Kevin over the weekend. Their path to 1st seed, as we'll get to later, was absurd. They played DCG, who has ostensibly been the best team or second best team all year, right? And all 3 VCS teams to get where they are. It has been a tremendous glow up for them.
Okay, I just want to get this out of the way.
Oh, okay.
Is Team Secret Wales Game 4 draft the worst draft ever? Like, I don't think I literally don't think I've ever seen a worse draft than picking Shyvana after the Silas is locked in.
Dude, that Shyvana looked OP.
The Shyvana looked crazy, but there was a Silas on the enemy team. What are you doing?
Yeah,
It's like picking Malphite.
There have been some
scared,
stinkers
dude. That
that
Shyvana
DCG
was
and
popping off. I was more worried about what is it? Olaf and Lissandra was kind of.
I
running
agree.
it.
I think all 5 picks were terrible.
Oh, okay. Like the Shyvana to me was like the best.
The Shyvana
part.
was really bad. I think where it was picked. I think if you picked the Shyvana second or something, whatever, you didn't know the Silas was there.
Okay.
Picking Shyvana into Silas is crazy. But that entire draft,
That's
what
fair,
were we doing?
Yeah, I just like think that when watching the game, I just thought like the Shyvana was like, oh my god, we might just lose because Shyvana's just 1v9 at this point. But like, yeah, I get what you're saying with the Silas counter pick, but yeah, that draft was pretty questionable.
There have been some shaky drafts, I will say, from like GZ and DCG specifically, right? Like I remember that was it the Galio, the weird comp that they did in was against CFO, I think, but the Galio, the Ziggs, all that kind of stuff that didn't really have enough damage to win. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of a suspect draft, all things considered.
We'll put out as well. They picked Callista into Talia in that draft as well.
That's
What are we doing? I understand
it was Callista first. They picked Talia.
Oh, true. Actually, no. The Talia was after. Fine.
Yeah.
They picked Callista when Talia was open.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Change the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
First round Callista is definitely a choice.
That's definitely a choice. I think there is a reality that I don't think Team Secret Wales gave a shit.
They don't get
because
what?
the seeding doesn't. They don't care. The seeding doesn't matter. They don't care who they play out of MVK and Garm.
Okay.
They don't care. I don't know if you saw MVK and Garm were both posting on social saying,
praying.
"Hey CFO, pick us."
Just desperate to avoid Team Secret Wales. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Look, as much as it doesn't matter, I think it's going to be a massive confidence boost to CFO, all things considered, right? They have looked on the up and up over the course of this split, right? Obviously, that was the big conversation heading into the start of the year was, they lose the majority of their team, right? They lose arguably the best PCS player of the past few years in Junja, right? They lose Hongkyu as well. And now coming in, they've got, let's be honest, they got Kino coming in. And I'm like, oh, how well is this team going to do? And it was a bad start to the year, but now they are 2 best of 5s away for actually qualifying for Worlds, which is not a situation I thought we were going to be in at the start of the split.
I'm going to defend my boy Kino real quick. You don't know what you're talking about. Kino is really good. Dude, he's been playing super well recently.
He has,
Come on, man.
I'm surprised.
I've known Kino for years. He's playing PCS for the longest time. He was on CFO Academy when I was coaching as well. So I know what kind of a player and person he is. He's really smart. He's really mature. He's a really good leader. So him joining the team helps so much. He struggled a bit early on, but I think that right now is just peak Kino. I think him and Doggo just completely destroying Eddie and BA 4 out of 5 games. To me is just crazy.
They've found their stride, is what it looks like. It's just straight up the first thing to do. Get into game, they know exactly where they want to be together. I haven't seen a bot lane this in sync for quite a while, so it's actually very refreshing from CFO.
Then,
I think CFO looks legit. I don't want to. Me saying that Team Secret Wales didn't care doesn't take away from the fact that CFO played
get
really
it.
well.
Because
CFO
before going in this week, I was thinking what is even the point of these matches? Do we care if we win or lose? Because in the end, we lost to MVK. Secret Wales would just pick Gam or whatever, or maybe they pick CFO. We have to play in first round, but if we lose, we still just go through lower brackets, so it's not really a big deal. So I didn't feel like both teams took it super seriously. We saw a lot of random picks, first time champions on stage, just for fun, and it working out for CFO, not working out so much for Secret Wales. But I think that the matches were exciting. It was really fun to see Yasuo, Lee Sin bot lane.
Yeah. It's an interesting choice. I still love that despite the nerfs to like Camille and all that kind of stuff. Oh wait, hang on. Is it 26-16? Oh, hang on. It might be playoffs starting
It was
2016.
15. It was
Yeah,
15
okay,
last
true.
week. So
All right, so we'll have to see when Thursday comes around how much the meta actually changes up with these nerfs or anything. Maybe it's just like these players getting in the last little laughs of having a bit of a fun meta down in the bot lane, but we'll have to see how that goes. Obviously, our Saturday game was GZ against DFM. Another match where I'm like coming into it. It doesn't have a whole lot of stakes, right? At all, as zero
humiliation
stakes.
ritual?
Yeah, it feels like a bit of a humiliation ritual. Especially since like there was no way that they could even catch in championship points despite it. But at the end of it all, it's a little bit of a bittersweet ending to the split for GZ. They did clean sweep. They looked quite dominant in doing so, and you know, especially considering their run. Like they had to face CFO in an elimination match. So
I think GC's way better than their result.
yeah, no,
It's
100%.
it's like looking
it
at
feels
that
that way.
team, looking at that team and being like, oh, this is like a team that could potentially get relegated. Like, what are we doing here? That's not a relegation team. Like DFM, whatever, but GZ, they're a good team. They're
They could have
not
made
top tier, but
Worlds.
they're a good team.
I'm still 100% certain on that. They could have made Worlds, but you know, I think that series against DCG was the big point. Like they were in such a commanding spot, and then they just threw game 2 and never looked any like they never had any control over any of their games going forward, right? Especially against CFO. They had that one good game, and then there was just 3 straight games of destruction, ending with that Samira game, which was a little bit detrimental to their mental, I imagine.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we
I mean, you also worked against Seeker Whale, so I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
you
true.
don't feel as bad.
True, it did. Yeah, maybe
That
this is
Samir
something
pick is wild, dude. I don't know what it popping off and like it's coming out to like destroy everyone. This is crazy.
Is this just like a
I never
pocket
would have
pick?
expected it.
Is this like something that you guys had obviously, you know, as much as you could say without it being leaked or anything?
We were just practicing a bunch of things, and like, I mean, Doggo likes to play different kinds of champions. Like he played like Vladimir into Ziggs, right? Like he doesn't mind the what is it, the non AD carry meta. So to him, it's like, oh yeah, I can just like play Yasuo, Samira, Vladimir, whatever, and just like have fun. Like he enjoys that kind of thing. So it's kind of unique for AD carry players. Usually just whining, complaining, like, what? I can't just right click and have to play, press buttons. Like what the fuck? But Doggo's like, yeah, you know what? I don't mind skill expression. Let's go.
Yeah.
So
I love
it's not
that.
a pick that we heavily practice. Like it's kind of a weird situation with the seeding matches, but it's something that Doggo does like to do.
That's something I've been saying though for so long. Like it's the LCP is known for its scrappiness. Why are we not seeing these really unique picks across the rift? Like that just makes the most sense to me. Like Yasuo in the bot lane, put it with an Alistar. You have a free engage every single time. Like we can utilize that because we're getting 30 plus kills average every game. So like why not go kill full send? Like just makes sense.
Yeah. Especially with the VCS style, I think continuing to pop off as they are the most dominant region currently in the league of just fight. And it's awesome to see that we are seeing that innovation. Obviously things like the set in the top lane as well, like these picks that aren't being seen really elsewhere in the world. We saw Rest hop on the volley bear for a game and just that was beast mode. I was
that
like,
was a Giga Chad moment.
He locked it.
Yeah.
I was like, the investor. I'm like, he's not going to go for it. He is. Oh, okay. I loved it.
He played well.
Yeah,
It was respectful. Like what he did, it looked so good. He put it to him. That's what we want.
Yeah.
No, I mean, just like the storyline, just picking like Pun's most iconic champion, just beating him with it. Like I think Pun still played well, but like I think it was a really cool moment to be like, you know what, just give me his champion, I'll just win the game. I thought it was really fun to watch. So I mean, the two series like with CFO in it, honestly, like even though maybe the match didn't mean much in the end, I thought they were both really fun series to watch. Like seeing all the different picks come out and like the bloodiness of the matches, I felt kind of justified the results, or that justified them having seeding matches, I guess.
I think obviously like it doesn't matter a huge amount for how the matches are going to go because like I don't think either team cares. Like MVK or GARM, you should be able to beat both of them. if you're CFO or Team Secret Wales. But I think there's like an argument to say Team Secret Wales didn't really care, but I mean, obviously you know better than I do, but I think it actually does matter for CFO. Just like a pure mental block of like, we can beat these guys. These guys can lose a series.
I think
that
MVK CFO didn't matter as much, but once we got the challenge first seed, I think Secret Wales kind of have like also maybe not ego, but like I guess maybe like pride is the right word, like where they don't want to, because they're trying to be like, oh, we're trying to contest worlds, we're trying to do well, we want to beat all these LCP teams, and like CFO taking us to Game 5, winning Game 5, kind of is like, hey, wait, maybe we have to focus up. Because in the end, I guess it didn't matter. Like, I think everyone's kind of thought CFO would play MVK first round. So in the end, maybe it didn't matter. But I think in that moment, I think Secret Wales did want to defend first seed. I think they're kind of surprised that they were challenged and lost. So this will probably be a wake-up call for them.
Yeah, hopefully.
This is the first time.
We need at least one strong team going into Worlds. We can't have, can't have Secret Wales imploding.
Fingers crossed. I mean, this is the first time. I mean, even from like you mentioned, an ego perspective, the first BO5 lost domestically all year from Team Secret Wales. The last time they lost a BO3 was against DCG in Split 1, and that was like the first week, I think. So like this team has only known domestic dominance all year, and now we've finally got a team who the fans love. The fans love CFO, especially the ones in Taiwan. Seeing them actually go toe-to-toe with the best team in the league, I think is going to be awesome, and I hope that they can make it to the finals weekend, because the arena is going to be absolutely incredible if they are there.
Yeah, I hope so.
I think they will.
Yeah, I think with the way they've been looking, I think it's definitely a solid chance that they can accomplish that. But I guess now we can get into the big thing that I wanted to do for this episode. For our pre-playoffs, we're going to look back at the year as a whole, and we're going to do our all-pro teams. This is, obviously recent results is, definitely going to take into effect, and it's going to affect us in terms of bias, but over the course of the year, there's been a lot of players who have stood out in their particular roles. And so I think that, while Team Secret Wales players are probably going to dominate this, at least in the first team, I imagine, I wanted to go through and sort of bring things around. So I guess starting off with our third team, our all-pro third team, who wanted to go first with that? I can go first if you want.
I can go first. Oh, do you want to go first?
Up to you.
Are we doing it position by position, or do you want us to name like our full team?
Yeah, we can go like sort of. So I'll go through my third team, and then we can go around, then second, and then.
Sure.
So yeah, my third team, I've got Yijung top. I think he's looked pretty solid. I think that his team fighting aside, I think he had the potential to be. I think he had the potential to be good this split. I've got Shadow. I think he's really, especially in the last sort of half of the year, has really stepped up. Pout in the mid lane. I had Chica as my honorable mention, but their stats were so close. But Pout overall was the better player for me. And then I've got Doggo and Xiaoxi in my bot lane. Mine.
All right.
I can go next if you want.
Yeah.
Because it's all year. It's not just this split, yeah?
Yeah, all year.
So I've got Florin top.
Yeah.
So I think Florin was basically why DCG were finishing second in a lot of that, like not solo, but still very good. I've got Trackthar third in third slot for jungle. I think he has been crap. In split 1, he was terrible, but he has picked up in 2 and 3 to be third. I would not put him any higher, and also I'm biased.
Okay.
I had Chica. I think he's interchangeable with Pout if you wanted to put Pout there, but I think Chica's been really good. I had Feng and Xiaoxi as the bot lane.
Interesting. Okay.
If it's the whole year, like I think DCG is most of the third team, just makes sense to me.
That's fair. Are you, Kevin?
All right. I heavily weighted split 3, just because a lot of the players didn't play for the whole year, so I thought it was really hard. Like Chica didn't play split 1, so I thought it was kind of difficult to do the whole year. Also, I didn't include any CFO players, so my list is a little bit more difficult, missing, I think, 5 good players. But for third team, I have Florin. Jungle's hard. I put Pop 9. I have Chica, Artemis, Suilong.
Okay. Pretty solid list.
Jungle's
I
really
forgot there was
difficult.
Yeah.
homework. So I'm gonna wing my list.
Oh, yeah.
Real hard.
Okay.
I
Let's go for
winged
it.
mine a little bit as well. I was
I winged mine.
thinking it up. Yeah.
I did not understand the assignment. And I was like, you know what? Let's just go with the flow, baby.
Yeah,
Let's go
no
with the
stress.
flow.
Yeah, let's get
Okay.
Mercury. He didn't really give us good guidelines, so yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I'll take that. I'll take
Throw him
that.
under the bus.
I'll take
Brief
that.
next time, please. No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna okay. So if I'm gonna put in like a third sort of like best team,
Hmm.
it's weirdly, yeah, I don't know. All right, we'll go with it. So I'm looking at Kiaya for top. I
Okay.
think they're looking all right. I am probably gonna put a third team. See, that is a good question. Probably
I think Jungle's
put
really difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the hard one. Like I probably put Guri. That's not a bad one. Like they're playing all right. We'll have to see what it's gonna look like. Oh, see, mid's also just hard. Probably. Ooh. See, I'm just quickly going through my list, and no. You know what? I'm actually gonna send it. I'm gonna go D-Ray. D-Ray third.
Ooh, okay.
I think.
Oh,
I think
okay.
you've got my point. I think
Okay.
they've got a lot to practice before they go into this. They just were not having a good time for the last split, honestly. So yeah, I'll put them in. Then if I'm looking, I'm probably going to go Doggo 80 carry. Actually, no, I want them to be in a little bit higher. I'll go Artemis. I'll probably chuck Tacky on there as well,
Yeah.
honestly.
Fair enough. We got Vestians as well. He couldn't make it because of uni and stuff. But his third team is Florin in the top lane. He's got Shadow jungle, with an honorable mention being SOFM's Protobelt Zach, from Split 1. And then we've got Pout, Artemis, and Taki for that bot side. So pretty standard, I think, across the board. And I think this is sort of where it gets to the more difficult stage as we head into our second team. So I'll start off with that. For my second team, I went with Yijung. I think it was that was Vestian. Sorry, I went Florin. Sorry, Florin for my second team. Pop 9, because I think that DCG lives and dies by Pop 9. I think he is the sole reason they got where they were, like what you said earlier. I've got D-Ray, I've got Haki, and I've got Shulong. Just because I think that there is some I don't know, I think Eddie's performances, as much as it's a bit underwhelming, I think his performance over the course of the year is just, yeah.
So if I go next,
Yeah.
I've got Ejung top, and I very nearly put him first. Ejung was so good.
Ooh.
Ejung, like, his team underperformed, but he was incredible. If they had had a slightly better split 3, he would be in my first team, because I think his first 2 splits were really good.
Okay.
I've got Shadow in jungle. His first 2 splits were a bit too quiet, particularly first split.
Yeah.
He's been incredible recently, but I don't want to weight that too hard. D-Ray mid, I agree with Pike. He's got a lot to sort out, but he has been very high level regardless. And then I've got Doggo and Kato.
Okay.
Again, Doggo last couple of weeks has been lights out. He'd be first team, but there was a whole year. So
Fair enough.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I can see that. Like, so I didn't have Ejung on my list just because I thought he's really good in lane, but like outside of lane, he really doesn't do too much, and he didn't really like help Ground Zero like elevate them to another level because they got like fourth at first split, and then 7th, and then now like kind of 6th. So like to me, it's really hard for me to put him a lot higher. I do agree he's like the best laner, but outside of that, I feel like he kind of falls off.
So I don't disagree, but there was so many times where he was getting to fights on Gnar with perfect Gnar bar. He's like 2 auto attacks away from Mega Gnar, absolutely perfect. And then the rest of the team would just, we don't know what to do. We don't know, what do we do? What do we do? And then his Mega Gnar would time out, and then they'd engage. And it's like, of course he doesn't do anything. He's a mini Gnar. Like,
Yeah.
there was so many, like, I have a lot of good things to say about Ejung, but I do understand where you're coming from.
So for my second team, I had Kiaya, Guri, Hong Suo, Eddie, BA.
You got BA second.
I'm gonna get
Yes.
flamed for my first team.
Wow. Okay.
I thought I was gonna get played for my teams because like I do put a lot more stock in split 3, so it is a little more recency bias. That's why I don't really have Ejong up there. I think Kiaya is really good. Like Guri is kind of sounds weird, but when you think about like LCP junglers, like I mean I think we all have Histo first, right? But besides Histo, it kind of gets weaker. Like Pop 9 has good moments. I think he's really good, but he also has really bad moments. Guri, I think, is the most stable, but he doesn't really have high highs, doesn't really have low lows. So I just put him second because I thought on average he was a lot better than the other junglers in the league. And I think Hong So is probably the main reason why DCG was so good to me for the whole year.
That's fair. What about you, Pike? I see you desperately looking at the stats.
I was cooking. I've been cooking this whole time. You
let's
could
hear it.
tell I was locked in. I was like, oh yeah, look at the names, look at the numbers, look at what's going on. All right, so team 2. So top, we've got Florin. I think they've been playing real good. Like regardless for the team, they've been working hard. Shadow's going to come in next. I think they're a little bit like they're tested now. I think they're ready to go. Hongju is going to be my next mid laner. I think you're right. They sort of really carried DCG for a little bit of that time. So I want to see them a little bit higher. Then we got Artemis and Sulong. Am I following up in my bot lane?
Artemis second team. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I think they've got a lot going on. I think they're a little bit on the chain, maybe too much. You know.
Yeah.
Let them free. Let them blossom like a flower.
Yeah. Fair enough. And for Ben's second team, it is Yijung. He's got Pop9, Jungle, D-Ray, Haki, and Shulong. Which I think, it's sort of that murky area of second team where it's like there's maybe 4 players that you could reasonably see fill these roles. But yeah, I think for our top, our first pro team, I think it's going to be pretty stable across the board here. I'm starting out with Pun in the top lane.
Okay.
Shock horror,
Yeah.
who knows? Who would have guessed? But I think especially, I don't want to weight international performances too much into this, but MSI, he almost solo carried a game against Hanwha. And if it wasn't for dying mid lane, they might have actually taken a game.
Can I get clarification?
Yeah.
Are we including international performance? Because
No.
I have not included
I
it.
did
No, I
not.
haven't.
So
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I just wanted to, that was my honorable mention of him. But I think overall, Pun has looked solid.
yeah, I don't think you need to include international to say Pun is probably number 1.
Jungle, the undisputed. I think probably we'll talk about MVP maybe next week. Our guess for the MVP, or at least our prediction or our opinion on the MVP. It's Histo. It's got to be Histo. He's been I would say the best player in the league all year, especially, again, even internationally, he's looked solid as well. I've got Hong Suo in my first team, and I've got Eddie and BA. So as much as we like to talk about, all pro first teams not being too indicative, especially you look at the LCK and it's just Gen G a few times in a row. But for me, most of Team Sigwell's has just been the best player in their role.
So I'm going to start with my non-controversial picks.
Yeah. Okay.
So jungle, I've got Histo. I think we're all going to have Histo. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And then I've got Eddie, BA, bot lane.
Okay.
Mid, I've got Hongshu, but also it could be Arya.
Ooh, Arya. Okay.
Arya is
I did
right
think about
there.
them.
Okay.
Okay.
I know it sounds ridiculous to be like, well, they could be my first team, and then I didn't put them second or third. But
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I agree.
I don't have Pun. I think Pun trolled way too much. Pun, ignoring international play, Pun spent 2.5 splits not giving a shit. He was troll picking. He didn't give a shit. He just hand stiffed people. Kiaya was number 1.
Oh, what?
Kiaya was racking up player of the matches constantly. He was pulling Garm out of situations where they were throwing themselves away for nothing. Pun was just playing happy games. And yeah, obviously Pun is the best top laner in the league. But in terms of domestic performance, he didn't give a shit for most of the year. He was just having the happy games, didn't really care, there were games where he was going 0-3 in lane. Because he just wasn't trying that hard, and that's fine. And then internationally, he turned it on, and he was fantastic. That's why I asked. If we included international performance, he's first team, no question. But we didn't, so it was Kiaya. That's my hot take.
Wow. Okay.
That's a spicy one. Okay. What are you, Kevin?
So I went Pun Histo Dire. I think that's to me easy. I think Dire played really well over the year. I just think like if we include international, maybe go ways down, but we're not. So I think Dire is just like really really good. My controversial take is Harky. I think
Yep.
this guy has been playing so good
Mm-hmm.
recently. This guy is one of the main reasons like MVK is just like that good. I think he's consistently doing well. Like his performance in bot lane is like really solid. He plays like a bunch of different stuff that I think is like strong. It makes Guri's job a lot easier when he can just focus on like bot and mid and make sure they pop off and do well. And I think Harky's a big factor in that success. And then for support, I have Taki because I also think like there's a lot of plays that I think Taki does. It kind of does look like shit, but I like that kind of support. I'm a Hylissang fan. So when
okay.
Taki just goes in, makes that game-winning play, and pops off and wins, I'm just like, yo, my boy, that's Taki right there. So yeah, Harky and Taki are my controversial bot lane duo.
No, I think that's fair.
Respect.
Harky
Respect
was.
for the
I
Taki
was.
pick.
I was on the verge of putting Harky first, but I was like, I don't know.
I think Harky is playing so well. Like
what put me over
he's
the
my
edge
rookie of the year
was
or
that he
whatever.
wasn't in split 1. That was my like thing. That was why I didn't put him first.
That's
team.
why I put him more towards split 3 because then
absolutely.
I probably wouldn't include Harky because he missed like a third of the year.
Yeah, fair. Let's hear it. Hot take.
Mine's going to be, so obviously Pun, Histo, like that's definitely a thing. I guess my 2 controversial ones, I've got Pout in the mid lane, because I think they're looking real versatile.
Okay.
I think they're looking good. I think they're looking like their hands are fresh.
No, I like it. I
think they've got something there. There. And then, well, BA is my support, but I'm actually going to put Doggo at number 1.
Wow.
I actually think the only reason is because of recent times. The second I ask them to do something interesting with the game, they're going with it. So I don't know if they're hearing me, or if they're just willing my prayers into his existence. But I do want to special mention Eddie. Like that was a very hard decision. I will give that. Like that was a hard call. But I think if Doggo had BA, man, they would be just everywhere on that map. I can just see it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm liking it.
I mean, if it was split 3, then yeah, Doggo 1,000,000%.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
1,000,000%.
And for Ben's team, it is Pun, Histo, Hongsuo, Eddie, BA. So same as mine for that first team. But yeah, I mean some controversial picks in there. But I think the thing with the LCP at the moment, it feels like obviously there's Team Sigwellers who's been the pinnacle for the year, and then there's sort of been a messy fight for like 2nd through 5th, 2nd through 6th even, right? Like it feels like maybe even 2nd through 7th. It feels like DFM is sort of the worst team in the league. Team Square is the best. And then every other team can just take games off of each other.
Yeah, I think there's been like 3 tiers for most of the split. But who's in each tier has changed. Like Team Secret Wales is clearly the top. And then there's been like a scrum. There's, I guess, 4 tiers because there's DFM tier at the bottom. Sounds mean, but I'm sorry. Then there's been like, that 2nd through 4th bracket and then 5th through 7th. And they've been really messy. And who's in each one has changed. But it seems like each split, it's kind of stratified a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
I think like the middle of the pack has constantly been changing, and it's really hard to tell who's good. Like given the week, and like there's times where Ground Zero's looking good, but then they kind of suck. DCG obviously was looking like 2nd best, but like Split 2 early on they looked really bad. They cleaned it up towards the end in playoffs. Like it's really hard to judge some of these middle teams. It's only like Secret Whales that was consistently up there for like the whole year, but I still don't think like every player on Secret Whales is like the best in their position. Like I don't think we have that kind of situation in LCP. I think there's 2nd place like Hongsuo can challenge D-Ray. I mean, I think Arya's played really well. Just Split 3 was just really really bad, so that's why I don't know. I could put Arya up there. I would love to, but I think it's too hard.
That's why he was just a shout out.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good shout. I think he has moments where he is looking really good, but just Split 3 just soured that. Same with like Ejong. I think Ejong can contest Pun, but I mean, for me, it was like outside of laning phase that kind of soured it. But I think LCP this year, like even though we don't have like, I mean, I guess Secret Wales is kind of our super team, Like we don't really have like a super team, and all the other middle of the pack teams I think improved a lot. I think last year it just kind of felt like CFO and nothing. But I feel like this year it's like, yeah, Secret Whales obviously is probably the best, but I feel like, GAM, MVK, CFO are kind of respectable in that they won't, I guess, embarrass ourselves, hopefully, at International, knock on wood.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, looking at the, obviously championship points and everything like that, and the pathway for these teams to Worlds. I guess we can sort of talk about that heading into our playoffs preview. Who do you guys want to see at Worlds for our teams? Obviously, Team Secret Whales is locked in, but there are other two teams.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I know who Kevin wants, but I wanted to go around the table and think who would be our best shot at doing well internationally?
If I can lead off.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think there's two ways to look at it. Because my answer is obviously Team Secret Whales, CFO, and GARM. That's my answer. But it's a couple of reasons. One, if we just send all Vietnamese, it's really bad for the region.
Yeah.
I like CFO. I'm I cast VCS for years. I'm a massive Vietnamese esports fan. So purely for my own thing, it'd be great to send 3 Vietnamese teams. I'm so vindicated, but really bad for the region. I like CFO as well, so I think it's really important that we do send a Taiwanese team. And also, they're better than MVK, which helps.
Okay.
I think CFO is better than MVK. I think. And I want to send GARM over MVK again because it's better for the region. They just have better branding.
Yeah.
Getting TK
fair.
there, getting him on the cameras, getting him doing interviews and stuff, they just got better branding, man.
Yeah.
True.
Especially in America, I think he can do a lot of work.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that'll help a lot with TK. I'll go second. Obviously I want CFO there, right? Like, shocker. Obviously I think Secret Whales is like probably still like really good. I prefer MVK to go, even though I think GAM is better than MVK. I think MVK is more fun to watch. But if you're talking about like, regional branding and stuff, it's probably just better for GAM to go and just look respectable than MVK to like flop out. But I just like the way MVK plays the game compared to GAM. Like, GAM plays really slow, really boring. Like, watching them at times can be a struggle.
What an insane thing to it.
Yeah.
If you went back in like a couple
2
of years and said GARM is slow and boring, and you're like, what are you talking about?
I think the LCP water has made them just like
Yeah. We need to send them alone for a bit.
team. Yeah, we need to send them back
They
to
need some
Vietnam for a bit.
Bombay or something. Get them back in form.
When I think of Vietnamese teams, I'm like, oh, they're action packed. They play like LPL. They're constantly skirmishing for objectives. GAM just they just play so slow. They're just always farming and they show up to the objective, like, kind of maybe on time or late. Maybe they don't want to contest. They back off. Like, it's just like not fun to watch. Like, MVK is more like, oh, we're very scrappy. We're here at the objective. We're getting vision control. Yeah, we're definitely going to contest this, even though it doesn't look good for us. So to me, MVK is more fun. I think Chica Harky is more hype than like Glory. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big Glory fan. I think RS was better. So I'm kind of a low-key Glory hater.
I will just jump in. Can we send MVK when there is the very real risk of SOFM subbing himself in?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I mean, so far he hasn't done anything this split. Like,
he's been using some questionable
the
coach
roster
calls.
moves and stuff. Like, even split 2 when they were like winning and stuff, I was like, oh, MVK's winning. They all of a sudden sub out Chica and bring in Sini. I'm like, but don't. If it's working, don't try to fix it.
Don't
But
rock
I'm
the
like,
boat,
okay,
yeah.
whatever. And then now it's just only Chica. So I'm like, okay, then why do we have Sini to begin with? We had Kratos and Stellar. Now we're only seeing Kratos. It's like, yeah, split 1, obviously, like, SFM just put him in there for some reason. Look absolutely shit. And I'm just like, dude, what is going on with this team? Like, at least now, it seems like they're not doing anything, but you never know. There's always a possibility SFM just like rips Curry out of the chair and subs himself in. It's like, it's time for your boy to carry.
Unk's not done. Unk's
Yeah.
not done.
This is tried and true MVK at this point. Let's be honest. This is what they're known for. No, I think, yeah. Or
Well,
you
I'll
guys-
jump in because I'll
Yeah.
give you my top three
Oh, yeah.
of who I think should be going to Worlds. Obviously, Secret Wales has to be number one. I think that's just the team that will get the most done. I'm going to put CFO and Garmin as well, purely because of the fan base actions. It's
Yeah.
their ability to get the crowd going. That is what I want. It's eyes on us from a franchise position. They're the best goal.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think for gameplay wise, I echo Kevin. I want to see MVK there because I enjoy watching them play more than I enjoy watching Garm play, which is, again, a weird thing to consider, considering how this team was last year, especially when you look back at MSI, when you look back at all that kind of stuff they were able to do. And even like their first big thing on the international stage was a level 5 Nocturne, like a 5-minute Nocturne gank, right? Like this team is the epitome of like VCS craziness, I think, in the eyes of the international audiences. And so that being like dissonant with how they currently play is a little bit off for me in terms of them being our representative. I also don't think they're going to beat MVK as well. So as we get into playoffs, we'll talk about that more. But I think my head's telling me MVK, but my heart wants Garm there. So like, I agree, definitely first and second seeds. I think it's going to be Team Secret Wales and CFO. As
All right.
yeah, as we'll look ahead to playoffs round 1 real quick. We've got 3 quarterfinals this weekend, and then we've got, I believe, we've got the winner semi-finals, I think it is technically called in double elim. But we start off the week, we've got CFO going up against MVK. I think CFO is going to take it. I mean, like, the series didn't look great to start off for them last week, but I think that now that they're in playoffs, I think they've got that spark, they've got that momentum building.
I'm going to jump in. I think it's going to be a 3-2. It's going to be a 3-2 to CFO.
Yeah.
Let's keep that train going. Let's go 5 games. The more games, the better.
Yeah.
I'm casting that night. Can we not?
Yeah.
I can't handle 5 games. I'm gonna die.
I think the only thing that could lead to an MVK win is if Doggo somehow doesn't shift back into more normal meta correctly, but I just don't think that's going to happen. That's like the only way I could see it happening. I think should be. I don't think they'll win 3-0 because CFO likes to throw a game. But I'd say 3-1 CFO probably.
Yeah.
I rate CFO really highly at the moment. I think they're playing really well.
I think we're pretty much all unanimous about that one. I think we'll probably be unanimous about the next one as well. I think that Friday's game, Team Secret Wales versus Garm, I think it's going to be 3-0. I don't think Garm has that dog in them.
No. I mean, if Team Secret Wales draft like they did in their last series, then Garm's going to win. But
I got to have some words with Warhorse.
But it's also GAM draft too, so it's like two bad drafts.
Yeah.
Like,
true.
I feel like null drafting is kind of a disaster waiting to happen. So I don't know about that.
I think Secret Wales is going to 3-0 it. I think they're just going to be pissed. They're going to be like, we just got second seed.
Yeah.
Like, I just suspect like this is a team that has a bit of an attitude. Like, I just see it. They've dropped a lot of those fist bumps as they've walked out. I've been watching. I haven't gone unawares.
Okay.
So I think this team's going to say, all right, we're going to start fights real early. So I think it's going to be a 3-0-2.
Maybe this is what they need to get a decent result in Swiss stage.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see. And then, we've got our losers bracket on the Saturday. That's going to be, I imagine, probably MVK versus Garm in that match, in which case I think MVK might take it. I'm not sure. But
do you think MVK chokes playoff like last time?
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, they've looked good this
Like,
split.
I feel like they've never played well in playoffs.
Yeah, not really.
Even including last year.
It's like they did.
Garm are bright light merchants.
True.
I'm not even joking. I'm like genuinely not even joking. There were like 4 splits of VCS back in the day where they were clearly not the best team in the league, and then they just won the final.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't doubt that. Especially like even being in there in the arena when they almost reverse swept DCG last split. Like, you could tell, like they kind of are bright light merchants in a way. Yeah. I wouldn't put it past them. to somehow take this series. But that would leave our 3 teams. Either way, top 2 probably going to be CFO and Team Secret Wales, which will be most likely our Sunday match. One of them goes directly to the finals. If CFO wins that series, they qualify for Worlds straight up. They're going to Swiss stage if they beat that.
So I actually haven't looked at the championship points in detail. If they win that, are they second seed on championship points, or are they locked third? Are they locked at least third?
So top
if
2
Because
goes
their
to
championship
the
points,
World.
because their championship points are pretty bad.
The top 2 auto qualify to Swiss, and then third place.
Swiss, okay.
Yeah, and then third place is your play-ins for championship points.
Okay, I should know that, but
yeah.
here we are.
Yeah, so
a little
CFO
bit
we have to be top 2 in order to go to Worlds.
Yeah.
Like if we get third, we don't go to Worlds.
Oh, really?
So you
That's
can have a world
harsh.
where,
Oh, I think
like,
if you do,
like for example, the 4th place team goes to Worlds and CFO's third. Like for example, Secret Wales could be 4th and then you go to Worlds, or even MVK or GAM be 4th and go to Worlds, and CFO's third.
I think I
That's
did the
rough.
math. Oh no, yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah.
They are pretty far
Because,
behind
like,
championship points.
We didn't get any championship points for beating MVK or Secret Wales.
Yeah, you got 40, I think.
Like
total.
MVK, yeah, we got 40, but that we had 40 before, and MVK also got 40. So I like even the championship points, we didn't get anything for beating those 2 teams. So I don't know what the point of the matches were. Again, that's just bad format, I guess. This is format complaining.
It's the
As always,
ChatGPT
like
format.
that I like to do. Yeah, because like even if we get third, we get 15 points, but that still puts us at 60, and we're still like 1 or 6 behind GAM and MVK. So it doesn't really help us to get third. We have to get top 2. If we're not at the finals, we're not going to Worlds.
I think you can do it though. I think they've been looking really solid. I think that they will most likely get there. But I guess before we close things out for the day, we can take a look around the pond. We've got the upper bracket, I believe in like an hour from now. Obviously, by the time this is uploaded, you guys will know the results. But the upper bracket for PCS, which is CFO Academy going up against Frank, which should be a very fun match. I think CFO might take that. They've been undefeated so far this split. And obviously, I'm sure Kevin will be covering that. And obviously the finals as well will be the week after, like I mentioned last week, will be the week after LCP ends, so on the same weekend as LJL and Flash as well. They'll all be on the same weekend, so a lot of League of Legends action rather to be covering in the next few weeks. But were there any other things you guys wanted to talk about? Any hot takes you had as we head into playoffs, or going to call it here?
Any hot takes?
I'm not sure about hot takes.
If I had a hot take of
Yeah.
sorts, I would just say I think we're going to be seeing very different teams moving forward into these playoffs. I think things are going to get a lot more scrappy. I think that's one thing we have to be very careful of. Like, these teams are not going to go down without a fight. So I'm expecting it to be pretty big in that sense. I think this is like the time we want to be following along, not just teams, but individual players really, really carefully. Their stats are going to be telling us so much, especially heading into Worlds.
I do think I don't think this is a hot take, but maybe it is a little bit. I think Team Secret Wales losing. I think you were saying it a bit earlier, Kevin. I think it's good for them because I think it lets Warhorse crack the whip a little bit. Like he'll get the belt out a little bit and be like, "You guys can't just coast. Like you're not that much better. This isn't a CFO of last year where that team didn't need to try domestically. They were just so much better than the rest of the league that it barely mattered. Team Secret Wales is not that far ahead. They actually do need to try. And I know we focus a lot on Worlds. It's actually, I play into it, but it's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine because I think they care about winning, like the LCP. Like they're locked into Worlds, but they do care about winning the league.
Oh, 100%. Especially
Yeah,
with,
I mean, like it's a thing we all do, right? We always talk about Worlds when we should be talking about the regional stuff. Like obviously, I play into that as well, but when I shouldn't be. I think winning LCP is a huge honor, and like like what I know about Warhorse and like the team and stuff, what I've heard, like they were going to that match like trying to win. Maybe the players were kind of like not focused, and you can make excuses. But I think Warhorse was trying because he's always talking about how CFO last year, he always compares us to CFO, so or compares Secret with CFO, which is like I guess it's just how it is in narratives, right? But like he was like saying like you have to be the best. Winning LCP is not enough. You have to win LCP perfectly so we can go to Worlds and do well Worlds perfectly. So he's always like trying to win. Like, I don't think Warhorse would ever take that match lightly because he's also kind of like egotistical, I guess. He's a world champion, right? So he doesn't want to be just losing to like, an LCP team. So for his own ego, he wants to win every match and every game. So I think that this will give him like the opportunity to like crack down on Secret Whales and make sure that all the players are focused going into playoffs. So I don't think we'll see the bad version, but I mean, I'm hoping CFL still wins anyways, but I think Secret Whales won't troll. I think they'll just 3-0 GAM and just move on.
Yeah, I just hope that when they meet again, which they almost certainly will, at whether it be the upper bracket finals or the grand finals, who knows, it will be another rematch or both. Yeah, I think it'll probably be both. I think it'll be a higher level match, regardless of who wins. I think it'll be much higher level of play.
Yeah,
I want the best for LCP. So if we lose, but Secret Whales plays perfectly, I don't mind. I hope CFO wins, but I don't want CFO to win by Secret Whales being bad. Like, I feel like that's not fun. I just hope we have a really good series.
I think outside of some drafting, I was a little bit doomer coming into this split with regards to how we're going to do internationally. But I think that outside of drafting, CFO and Team Secret Whales could do decently. I don't know if they'll get to quarterfinals. Obviously, it's way too early to say. But I think they have a decent chance at Worlds. I wouldn't be surprised if we can get to that point. But we got a lot.
I think CFO and Secret Whales overall have like the best drafts on average. Like I like the way obviously I like the way CFO drafts, but I like the way Warhorse kind of leads into the pocket picks and lets Pun play whatever he's comfortable with or wants to play. I feel like a lot of Asian coaches in particular just do the meta stuff, so you'd never see like Urgot come out. He'd be like, no. Like, Zeus is not playing Urgot, so why are you playing Urgot? And just shut that shit down. But I'm glad Warhorse is letting them be flexible, and I really respect that because it's not easy for like a coach from the East to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly switch up who I want to go to Worlds because Vestian just pointed it out to me in chat. If MVK goes to Worlds, VCS is in the free for all, which means Oceania has a very low chance of qualifying to the LCP. So I'm gonna switch that up. I hope the GAM goes to Worlds, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. It's GAM
time. I'll be there. I'll bring my sunglasses.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot about that because GAM's the partner team.
Yeah.
So both guest teams would go.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm switching up. Sorry, MVK. I gotta do it to you. I gotta support my boys from down under. But yeah. All that said and done, thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode of the Off Riff podcast. Next week's going to be probably delayed until Wednesday, just because I'll be in the airport about this time next week. And we'll either do a recorded show or live stream, depending on how my internet is in Taipei. But
do it from the airport.
Yeah, I could do it from Changi. I got like an 18-hour layover on the Monday. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm tempted. If I got a good setup, I'll huddle with my microphone, just go, "Hey guys, how are you?" But yeah, we'll definitely bring that to you regardless, whether it's recorded or live streamed. And then obviously our post finals episode will also be on the Wednesday because I'll be in the air as well around that time. But thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.